Good morning, April 2nd, Sunday, 2023. And here's our rain gauge. Yesterday we had a bunch of thunderstorms move through. Let's see what we got. Woo-hoo! Yep. Just about an inch of rain yesterday. Lots of strong winds, power outages, trees down. So maybe we'll take a walk this morning and just see what's on the trail. There we go. We picked up a bunch of, here's one over here. That's kind of, picked up a lot of sticks in the yard. I'm going to take that back to the fire pit. There we go. We got some of the dead limbs, twigs, branches off the trees piled up. It is a sunny day. Blue skies, but it is also 30 degrees. It was 20 last night. You can see the ice, but the sun is thawing, and this is all very wet. So not too much yard work today. I was thinking maybe I'd use the bagger on the tractor, the lawn tractor, and get up all the twigs and leaves and stuff, but it's way too wet. So we'll take a walk. Yeah, see, like, we could use the bagger to clean up all this, but we'll get the tractor stuck, so that's no fun. Maybe we'll do some sawmill work today. We got planks over there that could be put here. We got this stuff that could be put on the trail. We got more logs to saw. Yeah, look at this robin over here. Pretty plump. Yep, we got a bunch of logs here to cut up for firewood. We can do some more log splitting. Yeah, a lot of things to do today, but we'll put it out there and see what swirls around and what coalesces, and try to be aligned with whatever that is the universe chooses for today. Yeah, take a look at this. So you can see that this is kind of like a little tiny swale, shell swale, but we did put a drain tile down there that goes over to that stake, and we put it up about a foot higher than where it was. So from where the water was to the top up here is about a foot. That was calculated from survey data we did. And look, see how nice and dry this is up here. We put a pipe in, we put some boards down, some planks that we cut, we put some dirt that we dug up. So we still got some dirt over there that has to go back there. But dirt, and then we put some wood chips on top so it wouldn't be muddy. That was our trial project, and it worked really good. This is like, this would be as wet as all that is down there right now. So trying to walk or pull a cart would be miserable. Yeah, we did the same over here as we put a lot of dead logs, branches, backfilled it with dirt and wood chips, and same thing here. It would be about that low and just be all swampy. And then we cleaned up, this was a big brush pile in here. This was all brush pile. We cleaned that out because it was actually right, the brush pile was like right on top of that natural swale. So then this was all flooded in here. So that all cleaned up really nice. And we do have to get that tree out. Maybe we'll get the chainsaw out today. Yeah, so that project, first part of that project has worked good. This is usually drier part. This is a higher part. Let's take a look over here. This was this was kind of like the 8 Rivers Dam I built, and we're trying to remediate. So here's another section here. You can see we put a pipe under the road, under the, not a road, but a pathway, and then we let it go out. That's the natural. We did a bunch of survey data, and that's like the natural small swale here. So we put just a 10-foot piece of 4-inch PVC, and just kind of made it a nice. You can see it connects over, which that was the water comes here. This is about a foot up from where it used to be, which was dry. This part was dry, but this was all flooded, so then it would like come up over the top of this. So we gave the water a path to go. That's all it wanted, to return to its natural ability for the water to flow. It's pretty flat farmland, so there isn't like a whole lot of slope, so whatever tiny slope there is has to kind of be preserved or allowed. And here's another. You can see over in here, this is all this, last year, all this water in here is what all this would be. So we, same thing, this is about a foot up. You can see that I have a brick and some fabric cloth over it to keep the dirt out while this all settles, but where's my finger? Yep. From like here up to the top is about a foot higher, so we put the pipe across the path, and then we put some boards, planks, and dirt and wood chips, so this is about a foot higher. So not only is the ground higher, which would not have helped, because it would have meant that this all would have been just a foot higher of water before it flowed over the path. So we did put the drain tile in to allow the water to flow. And part of the issue is you can't dig down to put the drain tile lower, because the drain tile needs to be right on the surface. There's like no slope to do this with, so you have to actually like build up, put the 4-inch pipe down, and then build up on top of that, which creates a up and down. You can't have a level path. It has to have some slope to it in order to get the pipe in there. But yeah, so that was I think we started that project, I think that was like after my second pacemaker surgery, so 2021. Yeah, so kind of like a 1.5-year project of doing survey data, finding out where all the low spots were and why, and the swales, and then making a plan and trying some things. So this part of the trail looks really good, and this part is not done yet. So as you can see, we kind of stopped right here, and this is kind of how the trail would normally be. So the intent is to like right here is another small swale that needs to be preserved. So we'd put a 4-inch pipe down, and then we'd put some logs next to it and some flat planks, and put dirt and wood chips on the top to raise it up, and then blend it in to the rest of these trails. Yeah. Yeah, this is pretty soggy, but not as bad as it was in the past, because we've opened up these tiny swales. You wouldn't think a tiny swale. You can see the water over here. Use my finger here. So it's not a very deep swale, but we opened it up just enough. We used the water level and some survey data to. It only needed to be go down like 1 inch or 2, but it allowed all of that to drain. Kind of amazing. Yeah, now this is a section that we did a lot of data work on, and survey data, and we've been planning. So this section we need to, it doesn't have to be built up as much. I think we're going to put some flat planks down and put some wood chips over it. But previous years, this whole thing back here would be full of water, and then it would be spilling over the pathway. And then this would be all soaking wet dirt, making it very soggy. Like you pull a cart or whatever, sit in. So this is what we did on this side. Yeah, so this was like a swamp. And I will take complete credit, or blame actually, for doing that, because as that path was soggy, I kept putting fill in it, but that raised the level, the height of the path, which meant this water cannot flow anymore, so it just pooled here, trying to still go this way, so the dirt would all get soaking wet and sloppy. So you can see here we've put from that white stake down there. Yep, we kind of started there, and we just, this isn't a very deep channel. It's at maximum depth, it's 6 inches, right? So you can see the area was right in here where all this dirt is. There was kind of like an elevation higher, so that part is about, like, we dug down about a foot. But just opening up that little 20-30 foot channel in here, and just like, this is only like 3 inches deep in here, just that tiny little channel, following the little bit of slope there is in the land, drain this whole thing out. This whole thing was underwater previous years. So just that little piece of trench work here, and I would say intentional, guided, planned, designed, because I just didn't start digging a trench. We did a lot of survey work to see if that was going to alleviate the problem. So you can kind of see that it comes down. This is like the lowest point, and then a swale goes that way. Yeah, so this helped drain this whole section in here. Took the water this way instead of the water trying to go the natural way. We just brought it at a diagonal, and then it could go its natural way to that side, and that helped keep all this part of the trail drier from being saturated. But it is still, rained an inch, still pretty wet. And you can see over here, this was a big pond of water in here. And let's see, where are we? Where is my? Hard to see with the bright sunshine. Yeah, so this is only like a 3-inch deep swale through here down to the north-south side of swale. So it doesn't take much when you have like no or very little slope to just put a very slight swale in, and it just drains all the water. It helps keep the trail drier than what it was. I mean, it's just flat farmland, so you can't do a whole lot, but it does allow for use of the trail over a longer period, more seasons.